What's up, everybody? This is Read the Bible with me. I'm Stan Jr., and today we're looking at Luke chapter 21. Go ahead and like this comment and always like this video and always leave a comment down below. It really helps the video gain traction and help more people see it. Now, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. So, verse 1 says, Jesus looked up and saw the rich putting their gifts into the offering box. And he saw a poor widow put in 2 small copper coins. And he said, Truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more in than all of them, for they all contributed out of their wealth in abundance. But she, out of her poverty, put all that she had to live on. And I was like, Jesus, when I read this, I used to think that Jesus is saying that poor people need to give all of them their, I was like, what's the point? They have to give everything they have, and, they're already poor. But really what Jesus was pressing on here is more about the wealthy person. He's saying that the wealthy person just gives a little bit of money out of his abundance. That's nothing. He's talking about sacrificial giving. He's saying if you can't sacrifice and give, and it's not worth anything to you, why would it be worth anything to me? You must be sacrificially giving. You must give of yourself and push yourself past needing and depending on monetary gain and depending on things of this world. You have to see Christ as more valuable than those things and be able to give it and give sacrificially of yourself, of these material things, because this stuff doesn't last. And so Jesus looks at that situation and says, the widow has given more. Verse 5 says, And while some were speaking of the temple, how it was adorned with noble stones and offerings, and he said, As for these things you see, the days will come when there will not be left here one stone upon another that will be thrown down. And they asked him, Teacher, when will these things be, and what will be the sign when these things are about to take place? And he said, See that you are not led astray, for many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and the time is at hand. Do not go after them. And when you hear of wars and tumults, do not be terrified, for these things must first take place, but the end will not be at once. Then he said to them, Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes in various places, famines and pestilences, and there will be terrors and great signs from heaven. But before all this, they will lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and prisons, and you will even be brought before kings and governors for my name's sake. This will be your opportunity to bear witness. Settle it therefore in your minds not to meditate beforehand how to answer. And for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which none of your adversaries will be able to withstand or contradict. You will be delivered up even by parents and brothers and relatives and friends, and some of you they will put to death. You will be hated by all for my name's sake. But not a hair of your head will perish. By your endurance you will gain your lives. But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, and then know that its desolation has come near, then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let those who are inside the city depart, and let not those who are out in the country enter it. For these are the days of vengeance, to fulfill all that is written. Alas, for women who are pregnant, and for those who are nursing infants in those days, for there will be great distress upon the earth and wrath against this people. They will fall by the edge of the sword and be led captive among all nations, and Jerusalem will be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. And there will be signs in the sun and moon and stars, and on the earth distress of nations in perplexity because of the roaring of the sea and the waves, people fainting with fear and with foreboding of what is coming on the world. For the powers of heavens of the heavens will be shaken, and then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Now when these things begin to take place, straighten up and raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. And he told them a parable. Look at the fig tree and all the trees. As soon as they come out in leaf, you see for yourselves and know that summer is already near. So also when you see these things taking place, you know that the kingdom of God is near. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all this has taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But watch yourselves, lest your hearts be weighed down with dissipation. Whew, that's a little harder word that I've never noticed before. Dissipation and drunkenness and the cares of this life, meaning you're distracted, and that the day come upon you suddenly like a trap. For it will come upon all who dwell on the face of the whole earth. But stay awake at all times, praying that you may have strength to escape all these things that are going to take place, and to stand before the Son of Man. And every day he was teaching in the temple, but at night he went out and lodged on the mount called Olive. And early in the morning all the people came to hear him in the temple. So Jesus is saying, watch for yourself, stay awake. Don't be distracted by the world. Don't be distracted by the things of the world, material things. Don't be distracted. He's saying stay awake, because if you are distracted by these things, when it comes, it will seem like it's a trap, because you were paying attention to the wrong things. So many people are valuing the wrong things. They're looking at the wrong things in life. They're looking at influence, and they're looking at money, and they're looking at power of this world, and they're so worldly minded, looking at what people think about them, looking at what institutions say about them, looking at how many views they get, how many likes they get, looking at all these things in our world that now define us as human worth. And I'm telling you that Jesus is saying these things are a distraction. Don't get so worldly minded, because when he comes and you're thinking and you're off looking at the wrong stuff, worrying about the wrong stuff, being satisfied by the wrong things, desiring the wrong things, Jesus said, I'm going to come, and just like that, it'll be like a trap. So that was chapter 21 of the book of Luke. Next time I see you, we'll be reading chapter 22. Always thank you for your company. Leave a comment down below. I love reading them at all times. I love reading all the comments. So thank you so much. If you'd like to support the ministry, you can become a patron with a simple donation once a month, and we really appreciate it. So until next time, I'll see you. God bless.